Well, hello, ladies. This is Dr. LaWanda N. Evans, licensed professional counselor, relationship and life strategist, and the creator of The Truth About Your Relationship. Well, today I'm going to share with you real quickly 4 things you can do to take back your life after a breakup. Breakups are extremely hard. Nobody wants to go through them, but we all have experienced them. Whether it's a breakup that just recently happened, a breakup from last year, 6 months ago, 5 years ago, whatever the case may be, we cannot deny that breakups are hard. And many a times, we as women, when we go through breakups, it's very difficult for us sometimes to bounce back. It takes us a while. Number one, because we are definitely emotional beings and we get emotionally tied to the man that we're dating. And therefore, when a breakup occurs, it makes it very hard for us to bounce back and make it hard for us to regain our composure. And many a times we find ourselves crying for days and for nights and for weeks and sometimes for months. So I'm going to give you 4 things you can do to take your life back. Because it's going to be very important that you learn to do these things as you continue to walk this journey, as you continue to date, as you continue to be in relationships. It's going to be very important that you learn how to take your life back. So the first thing you want to do, and I know you're probably going to say, why in the world will I do this? But the first thing you want to do is you want to talk about it. Talk about what you have experienced. Find a trusted friend, a counselor, or somebody who would sit and listen to you talk about the experience, talk about how you feel, talk about your thoughts, and just really be there for you to listen to you, to hear your concerns, and to hear you to voice your opinions about what happened. The second thing you want to do, stop living in the past. One of the things that I've realized that women do after a breakup, if there are any text messages, if there are any emails, if there are any phone calls, for some reason we save those. Why? I don't know. But I want to encourage you to stop living in the past. Yes, it's normal for us to talk about what happened, but it's not healthy to hold on to text messages, to hold on to telephone calls, to hold on to email addresses, and save those in your phone and constantly go back to your phone or go back to your emails, checking and listening and reading this information. Get rid of it. Stop living in the past. Anytime you're holding on to text messages, if you're holding on to emails, if you're holding on to phone calls, the only thing that's doing is pulling you further and further back. It's not helping you to move forward. It's not helping you to heal. It's not helping you to progress. And it's not releasing you from the person nor from the relationship. So I encourage you, let those things go and stop living in the past. The third thing you want to do is to learn to be vulnerable all over again. Yes, breakups hurt. Yes, breakups are hard, but it shouldn't keep you from being vulnerable with someone else when you meet him. It shouldn't keep you from moving forward in a new relationship. I know many of you, after a breakup, you may have met somebody 6 weeks, a year, 2 years, 5 years from the time of the breakup, and you still have your guards up. I'm not saying share everything about you, but I am saying let your guards down just a little. You can share a little bit about you without sharing a whole lot about you. You can share about you without oversharing, but let your guards down a little bit. Let the man know a little bit about you, and don't be so afraid that you're going to experience the same thing. And if you do, it's okay, because we all go through it. Even though you don't want to go through it because you've experienced it before, and it really does hurt. And I do admit it does, because we've all done it. However, you have to begin and you have to learn to let your guards down sometime and know that it's okay. You will be hurt again, probably. We don't know. You will have another successful relationship again. You will have a relationship that ends in a breakup again. But the truth is, and what I want you to do is learn to be vulnerable. Every man is not out to hurt you. Every person you meet is not out to hurt you. So learn to be vulnerable, but you do it in stages. You begin to open up little by little and not all at once. And you begin, number one, to seek God for counsel. If you've met someone and you're dating or you're getting to know him, ask God to reveal his heart to you. He will do it. And as you learn about him, take in those things that's going on in the relationship, or take on those things that you're hearing and the things that are actually happening, and don't be so quick to judge us, be so quick to run away because you fear that the hurt that you've experienced before, that you may experience it again. Now, the last and final thing you want to do You want to do things to build your self-confidence and your self-esteem. Whenever we go through a breakup, it always impacts our self-esteem and it also impacts our confidence. I don't care what anybody says, it does. Many times we try to mask it with shopping, with traveling, with spending money, out of control. We try to mask it with so many things to make people think that our self-esteem isn't impacted or our self-confidence is not down. And it's not true. Whenever you go through a breakup, you have feelings of, am I good enough? You have feelings of, am I worthy? Or what is my worth? Or who am I? You go through all of those feelings. You're frustrated, you're disappointed, you're hurt. But most importantly, you look yourself in the mirror and you begin to wonder, what is wrong with me? Is there something wrong with me because he broke up with me? Is there something wrong with me because I wasn't able to keep this relationship? And so my answer to you to those questions is there's nothing wrong with you. And yes, you are good enough. It's just that you were in a relationship with someone who didn't value you or who didn't see your worth. Or you were in a relationship with someone and the relationship just wasn't meant to be. And there are relationships that are not meant to be. Or the fact of the matter is, hey, he just decided he wanted somebody else. And that's okay. But learning to love yourself, learning to boost your self-esteem and your self-confidence is the most important thing after a breakup. I encourage you, do some things that you enjoy. Travel. Take yourself out to eat. Hang out with your girlfriends. Get you a glass of wine. Relax. Do things that you enjoy. And you begin to build your self-esteem by working on yourself. You begin to build your self-esteem and your confidence when you're able to do things that you like, do things that you enjoy, start doing things for you and start loving you. Get you some index cards, put some positive affirmations on those index cards. Every morning that you get up, read those affirmations to yourself. Begin to visualize and see yourself as a confident woman, as a woman of God, as a woman of worth, as a woman that the man that God has for you will desire you and want you and not hurt you or break your heart or break up with you or end the relationship. So you have to do things on purpose to boost your self-esteem and to boost your self-confidence. So again, the 4 things that you want to do to take back your life after a breakup. Number 1, you want to talk about it. Number 2, don't live in the past. Number 3, learn to be vulnerable again. And number 4, do things that builds your self-confidence and your self-esteem. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, have a good day. Bye-bye.